gone over life in those days. Now we can go start this one. Now, having said that, now you can relate to, you see, those days, we have to have some ritual. We all need some ritual. Life with ritual is boring. And that's what's happening now. No, I'm not saying we should overdo it, but we should have some ritual. So when I talk to Americans, they don't even understand the word ritual type of thing. The Jewish people do because if they have all the celebrations, but a lot of Christians don't. So I have to tell the kids, the flag ceremony in school, what do you think that is? Hey, it's a ritual. The way, those who have kids will know that they have to take the flag in such a way, fold it in such a way, don't let it touch the ground. What is that? It's a ritual. It brings about respect for the flag. They say, oh. So at that time, what kind of ritual? They had only one. What do you think it was?
Fire.
Yeah, the fire. Isn't that one of the oldest rituals throughout the world? The oldest ritual was that involving fire. So we have here the fire. This is the Havan Kund. Taken internally, it's our Chidagni. We have a kund here. Our mind is a kund, okay? We are pouring stuff into it, good and bad. Okay? And there is an energy consumption. Don't tell me there is no energy consumption there. Okay, so remember that. So this is the altar. This is the mind. And this is the divine. If you can picture yourself sitting to do a havan, a fire offering, you're sitting cross-legged, and you are already sitting cross-legged, you're a triangle. You're a triangle right there. Right? Make sense? This is the triangle you are. Notice that points upwards. Right? Yes, this is the divine. Look where that point downwards. So what happens during a havan is you send your aspirations up through the verses and using the term swaha, the clue word. And as you do that, you are permitting the descent of the divine. You're allowing, let's say like a portal, you're allowing the divine to come. Now, this does not happen at temples. When you do Sahasranama and things like that, it doesn't work the same way. That mechanism is different. This happens only when it is as simple as a fire, and you have to experience this to know what happens when you sit with full concentration to do a havan, a homa. Then you will experience what happens. And that is not the same as going in front of an icon or an altar and doing your thing. Okay? The relationship is very different. So we're not looking at personality up anywhere when you do the havan. You're open. You're open to allow the divine to come in, not in any form or anything. See? There's total freedom in that one. You're not limited to a form. How can we? I mean, we are doing it for convenience sake. But remember, it's for convenience sake. But essentially, can you limit the divine to a form? You can't. The difference between what we create, when we make something, we are different from the thing that we made. We have some material. Your daughter, for instance, let's say she does a lot of art. She's an artist. She has all the tools, and she produces something. But with the divine, it's the same. There is no, the creator and what the creator is created is the same. There is no separation. That is the difference. And that's a hard thing for us to grab. It's easier for us to grab things with a difference. It's harder for us to accept that this world is a manifestation of the divine. The creation is a manifestation of the divine. Okay? And little by little we'll understand it, and the more we understand it, there's a major change that happens in our life. Okay? All right, so the fire represents our divine willpower. That's the willpower that we all have is the fire. Okay, this I've just shown what happens in Kerala. Every so many years they have this old tradition of doing this particular Panjal Adiratram. This was done in 2011. Oldest surviving codified ritual is what Professor Fritz Stahl at UC Berkeley, he went and did some research on that. I think he's brought a big book on that too, to know what is involved in it. It's not just a mere ritual, there's so much involved in it, So it's something, if anybody gets a chance to go and be part of it, it'd be wonderful. Every 12 years or so they do it. Now there are families in Kerala near Ottapalam area that has the fire lit God knows how many thousands of years ago. The fire has not stopped. In the sense, they make sure that these are Agnihotras, the fire is still continuing. Isn't that amazing? They're probably living in very small, not mansions or anything, simple people, okay, eating simple food, living simple lives, and don't think much about what we will go there think, oh my God. For them, it's something that it's important to them. They do it. They make sure that they don't. I also read that in Iran, there's a place where the fire has not stopped. That's the Zoroastrians, forgot the name of that place.
The ceremony you mentioned, is that the one where they burn everything down then?
Yeah, that's it. The hut and everything, they totally burn it all down. There's one that they do for the rains also, similar to that. There's a common belief that Shree Suktam is Lakshmi. It's not. It's a big bomb now. It's not. It's what we would like it to be. So what did they do? The original verse is only 15 riks, okay? They added stuff so that it'll be more like Lakshmi.
They even have Lakshmi in there.
Well, this also has the word Lakshmi, but it's not the Lakshmi that we know of, okay? It's not her, not at all, although the seed for that thought came from this.
So this has, the original has how many verses?
Only 15.
15. And the modern version?
Modern version, I don't know how much more it has. Almost double the amount maybe? Yeah, maybe 30 or so. Okay, so let's remember that, all right? That this is not Lakshmi really, okay? Because we need to get back to the way the Vedic rishis thought. All right. So, did you read about parallel thoughts, parallel values, parallel truths that are there in the Vedas? Did it come in the introduction? Okay. That's the hard part to understand is several truths work.
Oh, actually, it is there.
Yeah.
You're talking about the layers. The
Yeah. So, okay, do you know somebody in Madras, Chennai, has worked with the Shree Suktam and pointed out all the steps in removing and extracting and refining gold is given in the Shree Suktam. Somebody in Madras has done that many years ago. This I was told at Aravinda Ashram in the 1980s when I was teaching there. They said, there's a person who has done research on that. And the Germans are the experts at that. They have used the Vedas to get formulas. They have. Formulas to do with matter. See, so that's the truth. So whatever I am giving here doesn't negate the fact that is part of, this is there. Refining of gold. It's totally in there. Okay, so we got to remember that too. So Shree Suktam has to do with a fire offering, but it's also a process to refine gold. Praise of Lakshmi, not really, but praise of Shri, yes. Is Lakshmi part of it? Yeah. You'll run into words like Shri, Shriyam, Lakshmi. These three words are important. They're all connected, okay? So the way to get the most out of Shree Suktam are these ways. Now, I have been looking at the YouTube over and over and over again on the internet for a good rendition of the Shree Suktam. I have to listen to the whole 15 to make sure it's okay. And there would be mistakes in there. The biggest mistake, there is one verse, we'll run into it. instead of saying Alakshmi, they will say Lakshmi. Priests do it in the temples even today. Majority of priests, where they should say Alakshmi, which is the opposite of Lakshmi, they would say Lakshmi. That means, please, may Lakshmi leave us. So, but there is in this booklet, papers, at the very end, I've given you, Swami Dayananda's ashram in Saylorsburg has a bookshop. There Shuddhatma Chaitanya, he does all the recitations, perfect. And he has one learning Shree Suktam too is there. So you can also learn to recite. Very nicely done, perfect pronunciation, everything. I'll highly recommend that. I couldn't find anything on the YouTube because it would have been easier for me to tell you go on to that link, but it's simply not there. Try it again and again. If it's sometimes the na becomes na and sa becomes sh, becomes becomes all that makes a difference. All those are mothers. These are mothers. Why do I give so much importance to Sanskrit pronunciation? Is because of the vibrations. The vibrations of Sanskrit is very powerful. It has alchemical properties. I'm telling you all on experience. I don't want to share the stories. Maybe when we have lunch, if you ask me, hey, then I will. But for now, just know that's very, very important. So pronunciation of Sanskrit is very, very important. And it doesn't mean you have to be a good person or a bad person and the result will be different. No, the result is the same for bad, good, whatever. Okay, because it's a technology. In technology, software doesn't care who's using it, right? Mm-hmm. If you know how to use it well, okay, you could be a criminal, you could be a hacker, knows how to use it very well, right? There you go. Okay, so listening is important because this is part of what we call Shrutis, right? Shruti and Smriti. Ramayana and Mahabharata are all Smritis, which means we have to dwell on them, try to understand them. But Vedas, even simply listening to it will do the magic. Complete magic, no, but some magic. Okay, so listen. If you can recite, that's wonderful. And then through translations, what happens is you can make it happen in your life. Once you understand what the Shree Suktam entails very well, then do you have to think about it when you're reciting it? No, because you already know, because you're already relating to what you're saying. Then there is no need. Same thing in the Devi Mahatmyam. Initially, when you're reading the Devi Mahatmyam, once you study the Devi Mahatmyam, then when you chant it, you're not supposed to think because it's doing its magic already. That's a tantric text, so that's different because it does its magic that way. But this is being Vedic, works a little bit different. Padma, we will come into this word Padma. Padma has several meanings, okay? Padma means lotus. Padma means mandala too. In Kerala, we don't use the word yantra. We say Padmam. The Nambudris, when they draw, they will say, Padma Maricho, did you draw the yantra? So that also, it's important here to know that. Padma also refers to our psychic centers, which everybody is so fascinated now. Trouble. So I'm going to take the liberty of advising you, don't even get into this Kundalini business. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because perhaps in India, the only place that can handle this properly, if you were a student, is in Ranchi, is a yoga university, Bihar School of Yoga. They are the only people. If you were to go there and say you're a student and you say, I would like to get into the study. First of all, when you go there, those days, Swamiji, Swami Satyananda Saraswati, this is what he used to do. I have a very good, actually she's a Swamini herself, but she never shows that out. She's a psychiatrist in Bangalore, Uma Sundaram. So she said, she would tell that when she first went to Swamiji to study. She was married, she had kids, but her in-laws were so nice. They said, if this is what you're interested, we'll take care of your kids. You can go. You know how, that's so fortunate. Okay. So she went there. First 3 years, she had only to do garden work. So she was thinking, I'm here to study yoga. Why is he making me do only garden work? So one day she took the courage to speak to Swamiji and said, I came here to study Hatha Yoga and I'm only doing garden. He says, you want to be a rubber band? He tests you before because their yoga is not just simple Hatha Yoga. They're giving you a lot more and he wants to make sure you're worth it. So if you go to that, and you, let's say you have passed whatever it is, it's hard to become, they have age restrictions and everything, and some of the yogas they teach is only if you're married they'll teach you, otherwise they won't. Things like that are there. They would be able to guide you because when you are working on it, there'll be a lot of changes. Again, I'm telling you from experiences. You can have symptoms of a heart attack, and it's not a heart attack. It's because of one particular chakra opening up. And you didn't even know it was opening up. When Paramahamsa Yogananda went to Germany and saw this saint, Catholic saint, a lady, he was able to look at her and say, this is the chakra that's operating now. Did she have any idea of this? But so don't worry, it operates, okay? No need to get into it is what I'm saying, because it's dangerous, because you have to change your diet and all of that stuff if you're going to go into it. Somebody has to advise you, right? Otherwise it can backfire. No need to get into that, So as we try to change our human nature and try to evolve, the chakras, they will automatically open. It's a part of nature. There's nothing to worry about or nothing to force it. It'll happen. It doesn't matter whether it happens, right? Because you're so involved in transforming yourself, what does it matter? You're not transforming because you want a chakra to open, right? Okay. Interesting. When I was doing several years of studying the Shree Suktam, right? At some point, this happens. It started off with Mukambika Mahatmyam. That's how there'll be, every now and then I take a text and then I feel, something's hidden here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be Hindu scriptures. It can happen in Jewish scriptures too. No experience in Christian scriptures, but in Jewish scriptures it has. And in Islamic scriptures, not the Quran, but the mystics. So something's hidden here. And usually at some point, it'll show up. So when I went to Trivandrum at the Oriental Manuscripts Library, there's a person there who was helping me in some other research I was doing. And I said, by the way, you have coins, old coins? So he said, yes, we do. It's downstairs, I'll take you there. I said, I have something in my head and I want to check it out. I felt Padma might have been a coin at some point. Padma, a coin. Kings issued coins, right? And I had a sneaky feeling that there was a coin, maybe a coin. Kadamba dynasty had a coin.
Wow.
Guess what it says on it? Shree. So now, it means coin too.